Well, hello everyone, and welcome to more Vampire Livestream. Hope y'all are enjoying what little I have been streaming. Honestly, I've been liking the game more and more I play it. It has some of its perks and some downsides to the game that are just absolutely annoying. But once you get past that, it's actually not that bad of a game. Alright, let's get going. Do this live stream for a few hours, and after that, we'll call it good. Alright. Rats are everywhere. And like I said, we'll play this for what little time we'll play it. And then after that, I'll get off. Probably start recording some other gameplay videos. Upload it. That way it's just not nothing but live streams. I went through, before I quit the last game, I did respec my character. Pizza, I'm sorry, bro. I'm streaming. So I need fatigue and headache and cold. Yeah? I'm good. And if I want some more, I'll come down and grab some slices. Okay, where was I? Let's some small little text I got going on there. 100 blood, that's not bad. Much better than that. Craft it just to be on the safe side. Grab some more of those medicines. Let's go cure some people, and then we'll go to the Cabal. Actually, yeah. We'll go down here, we'll cure the people, because we can come up through here and then go through there to the west end. And I think originally that's where they're wanting to push me through. Wish there's a way, like, after I start the stream, I can just invite peeps. Oh. Hold on, guys. It looks like there's more than one way to broadcast to one site. I'm gonna have to look into that later on. Yeah, what up, boy? We can go through there to the North Docks. It'll kind of help. I have no problem fighting things, but needless fighting is not. Let's take care of that guy right there. Ooh. That was a frame rate issue right there. Wait. I seem to have a problem here. Had to relearn my skills because it changed on me. Yeah, I'll take those chillings. Can't believe I missed it the first time around. Actually, I can't believe I missed it. And just go straight. Oh, dude, come on.
You're feeble.
What? It didn't even let me. Oop. Dude, I backed up there. He's got a strong shield though. Dude, reload your stupid gun here. Ah, he's got that stupid bull on.
Stupid newborn!
Give me about an hour here, sure. Because I'm streaming this game. I'll set my timer for an hour. It's ridiculous. There's no reason for those vampires to be that strong. starting to prefer skulls and everything. Oh, couldn't see there, game. Don't know what you're trying to pass off here. Alright, so I cross this bridge here. Why would I help him? He's an enemy. Oh my goodness, bro. He's one of those big guys right there? What are you doing? You're in a safe zone. Five extra XP? You gotta be joking, bro. Like, the game doesn't even incentivizes you to fight anything because of with how little XP it gives you. Whatever, though. You know? The game has its flops. They're all healthy. Well, that's good. He's healthy. She's not, though.
Good evening, Miss Gillingham. May I come in?
Of course, of course. So, Dr. Tippets, what brings you back here? We haven't talked in quite some time.
Do you require medical attention, miss?
I'm glad you asked, Dr. Tippets. I must confess I haven't felt that well of late.
I'll try my best. Here, take this. And please, try to get some rest.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you very much.
Are you worried about the sanitation crisis in London?
Too much noise, too much shouting. It keeps me up. Is it really gunfire I'm hearing?
Goodbye, Miss Gillingham.
Guard a port Queed one out there. We won't worry about carrying the rest. We'll just worry about... Really wish... That wasn't all like freaking... all my stuff there. I wish it wasn't all chains. Now I'm gonna have to remember a brand new set of skills.
This is despicable. I have this thirst for blood.
In order to get where I want to go or need to go, we go over here. Die. Used up like all my blood though. There we go. Wasn't too bad, no, was that? Shotgun shells and springs.
I cannot enter.
Oh my god, you gotta be joking. You can't enter right there, so I'm guessing they're forcing you to go through Whitechapel. Because how else am I supposed to enter? Oh well. Can't bolt up there, can't bolt over there. Not gonna lie, it's very much of a nuisance that I don't understand why vampires are hunting me. Like, you think, or the econs, you think they would be like, hey, he's one of us, you know, we don't have to really worry about fighting him. Oh no, you still need to fight them.
You leeches need killing.
Take them down, boys.
Watch the bloody leech!
Bro, go forward. That was weird, you were going backwards when there was no one in front and I was hitting the... Oop, game's loaded. They must have released a patch or something, because the game's getting a lot more buggy now.
Fuck, it's fast! Christ! He's dead!
Fight him, boys. Ill-formed Dazzle Skull. I didn't see what went on there.
Recognize him?
No, this one ain't on our list.
Well, that's one less anyway. It'll make McCullum happy.
That was the vampire I saw earlier. This war takes no prisoners. It's locked, all right.
Going the right way, though. Shut up. Like, oh my god, you're a nuisance. Why did you shout you little loud like, here I am, take me? Christ almighty. I don't know, is this locked? Yes, it was, so good thing we unlocked it.
The West End. Never have I felt so sad to be back home.
Burn it, boys!
And that's the old controls right there. Oh my god. All because they're tag teaming me like a bunch of freaking pants. Like, seriously. Come here, you. I am draining you completely of blood. You straight up messed up. Oh, you son of a bitch. I really don't know what they're going to do. I kind of hope they don't even do anything for DLC for this game. Like, other people would kind of disagree with me, but...
The Ascalon Club. The heart of British vampire society. Not quite as subtle as I expected. Good evening, miss.
Oh my god, no. Please, Mr. Vampire, don't kill me. Please, no. I'm too young to die. I still have so much to offer this world.
Wait, no. Why do you think I would... What?
Don't worry, Dr. Reed. I know you wouldn't harm me. Mother told me you were in this part of town and might drop by.
Your mother?
My name is Charlotte, sir. Charlotte Ashbury. My mother taught me long ago how to recognize the signs that betray a vampire.
I understand she also taught you how to tease and gently mock innocent young Ekons. It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Charlotte. What are you doing out here?
You mean, what do I do outside at night since I am a woman? Let me ask you a question, sir. Would you ask the same question of a man?
Actually, yes. I ask the same question to everyone who dares to go outside at night, considering the risks.
Well, if you must know, I campaign for the right to vote for all women. Why should I wait to the age of 30 years when men can vote at 21?
How are the locals reacting to your claims?
People here can't wait for a wall to be built to isolate the West End from the rest of town. That's how progressive they are. If this happens, Emily and I will blow it up.
Explosives are very dangerous, young lady. And who is this Emily?
She is my best friend, and a suffragette too. She was supposed to campaign with me tonight, but hasn't turned up.
Have you any reason to be worried about her?
Recently, Emily started to believe in... well, she got interested in vampires. I'm afraid she might be in trouble.
Let me guess. You spoke to her about us, didn't you? Despite your mother's warning. I think I should try to find your friend.
Oh, that would be top-notch. I can tell you where she might have gone. You have my thanks, Dr. Reed. And please, don't tell my mother.
Are you a suffragette, then? Oh, you really are Elizabeth's girl. Without a doubt.
All adult women have the right to vote in the US, in New Zealand, and in Australia. but women here can't vote unless they are property owners.
No need to convince me, Miss Charlotte. I have shared your opinion for a long time, even before I met Emmeline Pankhurst.
Really? Oh. Now I see why my mother appreciates you so much. Too bad there aren't more men like you in the vicinity.
Tell me about your adoption.
What do you want to know?
How did you meet Lady Ashbury?
First, I was an orphan in the institution for girls she manages in the West End. When I was 10, she adopted me, and I have lived with her ever since.
Did you know she was a vampire when she picked you?
The correct word is Ekon, Doctor. And no, I had no idea why my mother only showed up at night. She told me everything when I turned 16, though I suspected the truth for a long time before that.
Who are your real parents?
Elizabeth Ashbury is my real mother. She raised me and has taken care of me all my life. I have no idea who my progenitors are or were.
Do you live with her?
I still spend a lot of time in my mother's mansion, but I have my own house now. I have a life to live, you see? And one day, I'll have my death to face.
What exactly has your mother told you about me?
Your name and profession, obviously, and the mystery about your maker. I'm sorry to hear about what happened to your sister, sir. Mother says it was not your fault.
Does it not scare you to know what I am? What your mother is?
Why should it? My mother is the most compassionate woman. Must I be wary of her, Dr. Reed? Or you?
Perhaps it's wise for a mortal never to totally trust a vampire. Your mother herself told me that we Ekon are creatures of deception. Maybe it's because we seem so alive.
That may be true for a naive girl, but I have the best teacher when it comes to getting rid of an insistent immortal.
Your mother is not like any other vampire I've met.
I believe she thinks the same about you, Dr. Reed.
What do you think about this part of town?
I was raised here, and I suppose it feels like home. You grew up in this part of town too, did you not?
Yes, I was born a few streets away.
A small world, is it not? Did you ever imagine that my mother was your neighbor all that time? That you could have met her in a dark alley at night?
You won't trick me twice, young lady. We both know Lady Ashbury never hunts or attacks prey at random.
Come on, Doctor. Don't tell me you never thought about that possibility. Her fangs on your neck. Oh, are you blushing, Dr. Reed?
Is there something that's bothering you?
Too much selfishness and individualism for my taste. Even when there was no epidemic.
Even if that's partly true, may I remind you that many charitable institutions are financed by the selfish and filthy rich.
I suppose you're right. But society must reform and renew itself, or we are all done for.
Back then they were called suffragettes.
Do you know
Now
why
they're
Lady
called
Ashbury chose you
descendants.
to become her daughter?
No,
What a
I
funny
don't.
thing.
Each time I ask her that question, she smiles and says it's precisely because I dare to ask such questions.
Do you ever regret that she chose you?
Of course not. Though I often wonder if she adopted others before me. If so, where are they buried? How is it for them to pass through life with a never-aging mother?
Goodbye, Charlotte. Give my best regards to your mother when you see her.
She's been quite busy these last few nights. I suspect you may see her before me.
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
Good evening, sir. May I have your attention, please?
Come on, Johnny. Don't you recognize your oldest friend?
Clarence. Clarence Crossley. How are you? My God. So you survived the war too. So sorry I didn't recognize you at first.
I almost didn't recognize you either. War does that to men, I heard. my case, it was true, for I witnessed the horror that lies underneath.
When did you escape the war and return to London?
You know what's funny? I almost never think about the war. Not anymore.
Even though there's
I'm
flyers
involved in
everywhere.
another kind of battle now.
What is this new battle?
I saw terrible things during the war. Horrors I thought I'd forget. They're here too. They're everywhere. Vampires.
I know what you mean. I haven't had much time to think about the war either since my return.
Of course. With the epidemic, I bet you've been busy as well. Forgive me, Johnny. I didn't want to sound selfish.
How is your wife, Venus?
We've spent so much time away from each other. And so many things have happened.
Is everything all right at home? Surely Venus was relieved to see you return from France in one piece.
Have you forgot what people are like in this part of town, Johnny? Venus fears for our family reputation. Now her husband has become the village idiot.
But you're alive. You returned in one piece and you have a family. How many soldiers can say the same?
Believe me, it's not quite that simple. Unlike you, I'm not the man I used to be.
Do you need medical assistance, Clarence?
It's a little late for visiting hours, don't you think?
I have migraine medicine. That's why I don't understand why I can't give it to him. Oh, I do not have migraine medicine.
I will see you later.
Well, I'm gonna have to just get
You need some
migraine
rest, Clarence. You should try to sleep.
Alright. My legs, they're burnt.
Do you know where you are standing right now?
In front of the Ascalon Club, I presume.
The Ascalon Club only summons or ostracizes. What is your business tonight?
I received an invitation. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, then, Dr. Reed. Please proceed. Lord Redgrave is waiting on you upstairs.
Oh my. Just a couple of dead bodies laying around.
There has been quite a battle here. I'm sure the Ascalon Club has the money to replace the furniture.
Oh, the Guard of Pridwin. Ooh, a golden dagger. Oh, good dagger. I thought that said gold at first.
It's locked.
Don't mind me, I'm just looting your house. Damn right, I got the key. Huh? headphones. It's not that loud. It's not as loud as you have it, which freaking destroys the eardrums. Hey. Can't come this way? Why not? Oh, right there it is.
Good evening. We repel the intruders for now.
My good friends, if I may have your attention. Behold our visitor, the good Dr. Reed. Newborn of blood so pure and strong that even my friend Fergal Bancher was no match for him.
Here, here, here!
Come forward, young Ekon, for we have so much to discuss.
I'm going to rip your throat out.
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, Dr. Reed. I am Lord Redgrave, Earl of Bristol and chairman of this exclusive association.
I'm just going
Lord Redgrave.
At last we meet. I've been eager to make your acquaintance. I've heard some astounding things about you. Please accept my condolences for your loss, Dr. Reed.
Thank you, my lord. Lady Ashbury expressed your wish to meet me.
Yes. The lady has always been a useful acquaintance, though not always reliable. Is she a good friend of yours?
She's a close friend, and I'm honored that she feels the same about me.
The centuries have taught me never to trust a woman completely, especially if she is a mortal. Too prone to emotions, if you ask me. Too fickle when it comes to important decisions.
My lord, do not expect me to speak ill of Lady Ashbury.
Of course not, and I praise your loyalty. Would you offer the same fidelity to the Empire?
What do you mean?
I speak of the Skull Plague that threatens London and the country. You have been on the front line in the East End, but the time has come to open up a second front here.
The epidemic has escaped the quarantine. You have new cases of the outbreak.
We don't know for certain, but we cannot allow the disease to threaten the prominent heads of Great Britain.
Why do you suddenly need me?
The Ascalon Club only recruits the best, and you definitely fit the bill. Your scientific and medical reputation alone would qualify you as a candidate.
You want me to find possible sources of the outbreak in the West End. Is that it?
Ah, straight to the point, like all eager newborns. We shall have time to talk about all this, Dr. Reed, but first, I should like to get to know you better.
Talk? Is that the only reason you asked me here?
Well, no. I also wanted to meet the intriguing Ekon who made such a powerful progeny of his sister. You have not learned the name of your maker, am I correct?
No, I haven't.
Have no embarrassment, Dr. Reed. We all make mistakes. But whatever your lineage, you are definitely Ascalon
That's why I'm
material.
going to kill him.
What do you mean?
I would like you to become a member of the Ascalon Club,
Because
and
he
to serve me
pretty
as
much
such.
said I made a mistake for not knowing who my maker is.
Before I accept, I have so many questions.
Please ask.
Once the time comes.
What is the Ascalon Club's express purpose?
We follow the credo of William Marshall, the greatest knight who ever lived. As was he, we are sworn to protect the British Empire.
What does Ascalon mean?
Ascalon was the lance wielded by St. George, glorious patron saint of England when he slew the dragon. And like that lance, we pierce the hearts of all our nation's enemies.
William Marshall founded the Ascalon Club.
Not exactly. William Marshall granted me immortality, and I founded the club a few years later. The good knight has been gone for so long.
What does it mean to be a member of the Ascalon Club?
It means that you swear to protect the interests of the Crown, that you become a loyal servant of the British Empire.
Do you have any official recognition from the government? A charter from His Majesty the King?
No. Of course, the Ascalon Club publicly supports the Empire, but the true nature of its members remains a secret.
Am I supposed to follow orders?
As founder and chairman of the club, I alone am entitled to make demands of our
I
members.
don't know why my thing's not
And I do
panning
appreciate
out and saying it
obedience.
this far forward. This is a little ridiculous.
I killed Fergal, who claimed to be one of yours, sent to cleanse the East End of all Skulls. Will his death be an issue?
Do not worry. My priorities have changed. Fergal was a zealous servant of mine, but like any servant, he had his limitations and is readily replaced if necessary.
And I'm his replacement. That's what
I
I'm
agree
going
to join the club.
This is good news. Good news indeed in these crucial times. Let's inform the Assembly formally and proceed with your initiation.
My initiation?
Fear not. Nothing fancy nor dangerous. It is just that we, the members of Ascalon, believe that tradition and custom are the backbone of this country.
I really didn't want to join, but I was given no
My
choice.
fellow members, dear friends, please gather and welcome this Ekon as one of our own.
Is he worthy? Is his blood pure?
Well, speak, Dr. Reed, in front of the most sacred blood. The blood of our beloved William Marshall, speak now. Will you serve and protect the crown as he did?
Yes, I will.
Then, young Ekon, it is time to testify with your blood.
I'm going to join my maker if I can.
It is time to sign the Book of Allegiance.
And kill every one of them except for Lady Ashbury and her daughter.
I know it's awfully gothic and a tad pedantic, but England's traditions are the backbone of our nation.
Right in the artery.
Delightful. Welcome to the Ascalon Club, Dr. Reed. Take your place among the bearers of the lance.
One of
I
us!
still can't hear
One
you.
of us!
No, you can't.
That went well, did it not? It is always useful to bolster the troops' morale, especially before a difficult battle.
You have the makings of a general, my lord.
I was, though very long ago, well, not quite a general, but a proud defender of the crown.
So why did you really want to meet me?
Straight to the point again, young Ekon. All right, let's talk, you and I, Lance Sparrow.
I'm listening, my lord.
According to my spies, you have worked with Dr. Edgar Swansea on the epidemic, and your findings were quite alarming.
You were spying on me?
Not personally. I rarely leave this building. But once he found you, Fergal kept me informed. Until you put an end to his mission.
Who was Fergal? I don't see him sipping tea with the others in the club.
Fergal Banshire was my squire of sorts. Even before becoming that magnificent beast, he was a brute. He served me well for decades.
No, I mean, what was he? He was clearly no ordinary vampire.
No, he was a Volcod. All muscles and instinct. Quite the rare breed. Ferociously territorial. Mortals often mistake them for werewolves.
You do know I killed him.
Yes.
Will you bear ill will towards me for his death?
Of course not. Your victory was quite impressive and courageous.
40 minutes to
You
protest the
earned my
E3.
respect.
Do you know Edgar Swansea?
Not personally, but I've been told he has some sort of immortal fetish and is a good friend of yours.
Does it bother you that I consider him my good friend?
As long as you reveal nothing of the club's inner workings, why should I forbid you engaging in conversation with the good Dr. Swansea?
Yes, I'm convinced the recent invasion of frenzied Skulls in London is directly linked to the epidemic. This is not the Spanish flu, but something else.
I would be glad to hear more of your discoveries, Dr. Reed, but for now, my main concern is the security of London's inhabitants, both mortal and immortal.
What do you mean?
Alarmed by the epidemic, the Guard of Prewen has started a war against us British vampires. To appease the situation, we must eradicate the Skulls.
I have met peaceful and wise Skulls. To exterminate them means we are no better than vampire hunters.
Skulls are hideous, shameful creatures that give all Ekon a bad name.
So, what do you want me to do?
I want you to investigate the city thoroughly. I have reason to fear there are cases of contagion in this part of town. Our absolute priority is to find and cleanse them.
And how would you like
Halo
me to
music.
proceed?
By all means necessary, Dr. Reed. You are now a member of the Ascalon Club and you have carte blanche. Interrogate the locals, follow all the leads you find, and get results.
Have you heard the rumors of some horned vampire revealing himself and singing obscure songs around the city? What is this new malevolence?
Skulls
Good
have been
evening,
spotted
Dr. Reed.
everywhere in London.
How does it feel to be this evening's centerpiece? Figuratively.
It's quite unsettling. As a doctor, I am more used to being the observer than the subject observed.
Do not be alarmed. The Ascalon Club has a tried and tested policy for choosing its initiates.
May I ask who you are, sir?
Why would you be interested?
Well, as you seem to be the only man in the room with a beating heart, you draw quite a bit of attention yourself.
Ah, vampire senses never cease to fascinate me. They dwarf those of mere mortals. I am Aloysius Dawson, by the way.
Are you not afraid? You are surrounded by vampires.
Sir, it's for that very reason that I joined the club in the first place.
So you asked for membership?
I have been a member of many clubs in many countries. But I must admit, this one is my favorite.
Is not the nature of this club a secret shared by only a privileged few?
My dear Dr. Reed, I have spent years and a fortune precisely to gather that kind of information.
What can you tell me about Lord Redgrave?
I would not dare speak of our chairman without his consent.
Are you a member of the club?
Yes, I am. And I have been for many years. And will be until the day I die.
What can you tell me about it?
It's not really my place to give you such information. I am merely a mortal member, and a dying one at that.
Are you sick?
Personally, I consider my advancing years are a sickness in itself. My body is slowly abandoning me, Dr. Reed.
Mr. Dawson, of Dawson and Dawson, the wealthiest man in England. It is a pleasure to meet such a prominent figure of London.
A withering London figurehead, to be precise.
Are you sick, Mr. Dawson? I am a doctor, you know.
My case is beyond the scope of traditional medicine. I have spent fortunes on the world's most competent doctors to arrive at that diagnostic conclusion.
I'm sorry to hear that, sir. Should I suppose that you're here in search of some form of immortality?
Absolutely not. I'm here to implement my plan to save the city I was born in. To cast out the ghastly evil that has us all on our knees.
What is the situation like in this part of town?
I am sure Lord Redgrave will enlighten you more effectively than I.
What do you know about the Guard of Prewen?
I should not say this, but I admire their commitment. This is what the nation needs right now.
Would you help them?
No. There is a time for such methods, but brute force will not be enough to fight this plague. We have to think differently.
But they are our enemies.
They are not mine, Dr. Reed.
Money cannot solve every problem. This mysterious epidemic is going to require more than money can buy.
You're right. Money is nothing unless one has the will to wield it. I have a plan, sir. A radical one that will save all that is essential in London.
What is your plan, then?
Quarantine and barricades are futile. What we need is a wall. A formidable, unscalable wall to isolate the deserving from the infected masses.
By doing so, you would create two separate ghettos. What if the disease gets past the wall? The results would be disastrous.
Not if we eliminate all suspected cases of infection as soon as they appear.
I do not like this club.
A necessary sacrifice.
Are you not mistaking sacrifice for summary execution?
Why do you care? Are you not a vampire? Removed from all mortal concerns? Decisiveness is what the city needs, and it needs it now.
Because they're pretty much Trump. They want to build a wall to keep out the infected, and then kill everyone who's infected. Alright. People who are infected with the disease. The Spanish flu. That's what's going around. There's a bunch of cases of Spanish flu, which creates those creatures I was attacking earlier. Oh, they're like vampires, but they're not vampires. They're called skulls, and they can't rationalize like a vampire except for a few of them. Pretty much, yeah. I need to find out who to embrace next. I need to embrace someone to gain an XP boost. Think about embracing the girl. Huh? No. It's the same character. Alright guys, well thank you for watching the stream, and this is going to be it. Peace out all.
I think Lord Redgrave just suggested I was sired by an ancient vampire.